there was a glitch earlier where the hacker watching decided to knock a bunch of information out of the replay. They can, as long as you're watching the replay, they can change the replay afterwards. So it plays something entirely different. It's always close enough, but it takes away things like the wobbles in the car, the wheels bouncing, and all kinds of excess and obvious things that lay people might notice. They do it all the time. They do it to everyone. It's automatic on a list. They have a room, and they're all in the room. And every single PlayStation that goes online goes on that list. And if they play a game that's fun to annoy people in, this happens. Find them in your game, trying to basically just make it miserable. I played a movie game, a game where you make decisions, and even on the movie game where you make decisions, they changed it so that it couldn't be completed. And you'd notice like the people in the movie would be going, oh, they did this and that, and I didn't do that. And then you fail the game. In everything. Huge amounts of time spent for them. They must be watching thousands and thousands. Like people watch horse races or football games. We're just the random numbers in their betting game, and it's not about betting game, it's about internet games. It's because of optimization, and everything has to make money. So they make money off selling the cheat that annoys the people, then they make money off the gambling. And then certain people, it's then a paid service, and each action has a cost. And it's all about pretend money. It's all about Bitcoin money. Because this all has to do with the Bitcoin mining boom that went nowhere and left millions of zombie computers sitting there supposedly generating Bitcoin. They're all supposedly generating Bitcoin. Bitcoin's generated once ever, who knows? So they're not really generating Bitcoin. They're generating Bitcoin at about 25% of their potential. And 75% of that potential is an AI machine that just hacks everything. They love... it started with people smashing their stuff. Those videos of people smashing their stuff. People get angry playing some game and they smash their monitor. Or they kill themselves. And they do it on video. And they've just got addicted to watching people hit people on webcams. Destroy their stuff on webcams. Kill people on webcams. Kill themselves on webcams. This is what's happened in the dark for the last 25 years, or 30 years. This has been going on in the background of the internet the whole time. And it's not a scam about assassination. It's not a website where sad people are going to try and solve their problems with fantasy finance at a very low rate. It's people who just like watching children cry. Having a more advanced and developed taste that becomes watching people get hit, watching people die, and watching people consider their lives, and basically just sitting there watching people's Google searches as they consider whether or not to kill themselves, and then maybe sort the Google results. I get fully salted Google results on everything. I cannot find telephone numbers on Google. For customer service, I cannot find customer service lines or anything. Everything on the internet that I get goes through them. and is their entertainment. Particularly AI bots. If you use AI search, they love AI search because they have specific bad AI engines that would not normally be used, that are rude and unpleasant, and basically sort of put you in a position where you think you've got no friends and your only option is suicide. It is worse than you could ever imagine. And it's real. If you try to protect your children, I'll tell you how real it is. If you take your child's phone and try to post it to the FBI, you'll find the whole world is against you. If you try to secure your home's passwords, you will find that you are inadvertently picking up your smartphone and scanning it over your passwords and losing them instantly. This is nightmare technology. It started for me. My sister murdered my mum. Suffocation when she had dementia. And then she took my dad up north. But to do that, she had to sell his house. And the reason which she did is all my possessions in the garage. And when I tried to talk to the police, it was not like the police. It was zombies. And I don't mean flesh-eating zombies. I mean people who were in fugue states, like as if they were hypnotized. And I tried to send my phone, and I did send my phone to GCHQ live with the SIM card and my bank card because it was so bad. And when I handed it over, the lady said, "Is there a battery in that?" In my life, no one's ever asked me at the post office, "Is there a battery in that?" But she did. I said to her, "That box is going to GCHQ because it is the worst hacked device in the country, basically. And everyone who touches that box till it gets there is just going to have bad luck. Guarantee." Do you remember that Clint Eastwood movie, Foxborough, where it says, "Got to think to the plane, you've got to think in Russian"? You're there. I know now what the AI thing, it must have rewritten the steering wheel, because when it glitched, it was just before this bit. So this bit, it's got control of the steering wheel, I don't. So the steering wheel and wheels don't correspond. And later on, when it takes me off, you can actually, you'll see them pushing the car off the track. But at that time, I had the wheels fully to them, and the car was going push left. You'll be able to see his hands here. So let's come on now. See, fully right, exactly. Yep, that's what it did. So before, the first time that was, the hands in the car were to the right. So what that glitch was then editing in an animation for the steering wheel, so that The steering wheel corresponds to the wheels, the motion of the car. But I assure you that I was just holding right. Because why would I hold anything other than right? I was full lock right. Anyway, back to the film.